Andy Green. Andy, great to have you in the studio.
Yeah, it's great to be here, brother.
So now you've got a big event that we got to kick off the event talking about. Forks and Pork.
Forks and Pork. It's been a couple of years since we've had Forks and Pork because of the pandemic, but we're returning Forks and Pork on October 14th. So it's a pork luncheon, and October 14th is a Friday. So it's 11 to 1 at the Clysar Pavilion. You can come out there, $10. It's all you can eat. Pork. We'll have pork sandwiches, baked beans, chips, cookies. But we know that people can't come out to Clysar Pavilion at 11 o'clock on a Friday. And so we will deliver lunches to your place of business. So if your place of business wants to either provide lunch for your employees or have all your employees chip in and order lunches themselves, we will make sure that we bring those to your business.
Great to have it back because I know this was a tremendous fundraiser for the United Way.
Yeah, this is a great fundraiser, and it's just in a great way to kind of have people participate with the United Way.
And of course, out at Clysar Pavilion, and I know Bazell Lyondell is a huge contributor to the United Way.
Yeah, Lyondell's a big sponsor for the United Way, which they don't have their pavilion anymore. I guess it used to be out at Lyondell, and so it's moved over to Clysar, and Clysar is a big supporter of the United Way as well.
All right, okay. I got the two mixed up.
Yeah, but we appreciate the support of both of those those groups. Yeah.
So the kickoff already underway. How are things going with the campaign?
Yeah, we've had a great kickoff for the campaign. We're going to raise $500,000 to support local agencies. And we've had a great kickoff so far. Just in the last couple of weeks, it's very new, and we're already a little over 5% of where we need to be. So it's been going well, and I know that our campaigns are getting kicked off within our. We do a lot of payroll deduction and working directly with businesses, and so when you look at payroll deduction. You're looking at 12 months, right? And sometimes that's broken down into 24 paychecks. So if you were to give $15 a month for the United Way, that's $180 a year. So if I were to ask you today to give me $180, you might say well, I can't do that right now. But you might be able to give me $15. And if you give me $15 a month for 12 months, that's $180 over the course of a year, and that's a huge impact on what we're able to do.
Yeah, it all adds up.
It really does, and we serve 19 different agencies across Clinton County. So if you were to do $19, which was $1 for every agency, I believe that's $228 over the course of a year. So again, we're $19 a month. I know for me that's going to Mexibros or something once, right? So if you look at what you might be able to give up to really help our community, we have a lot of great things happening.
Again, visiting with the Andy Green of the United Way. Now, most people will be contacted either through their business or industry or whatever, but if they are not, how can they contact you?
Yeah, so we have our website, clintonunitedway.org, which we have abilities to give through that, but you can reach out to me at director@clintonunitedway.org. Or our land number, our phone number is 563-242-1209.
Okay. Now you're saying the campaign just getting underway. How long does a campaign normally run, Andy?
We'll go until about February or March.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have people that are supporting us all throughout the year. But what we want to have our $500,000 raised by the end of March.
Okay, very good. You wanted to talk about Connect Clinton County. Tell us about that.
So this is something I've been really excited about. We started a nonprofit summit this past June, and I know that we had talked about that, and then we had that was a really successful event. We had 43 different agencies represented, and we came up with a list of goals that we wanted to see for the community, for the county. Since then, people, we thought maybe that was going to be like a once a year event, and everybody said we want to do this more often. So last week we had our second nonprofit summit, and we were able to share an update on what we're doing with these goals. Some of them are having collaborative events like there was a collaborative effort to have a night at the Sawmill Museum where they showed the movie Encanto, and that was with the Sisters of St. Francis and the Discovery Center and the library and the Sawmill Museum. I'm going to miss a couple of those. The municipal band was there, but then we have this Harvest Fest with the Y coming up in November. That's all been stuff that's grown out of this nonprofit stuff. So to help organize all the nonprofits within Clinton County, we're starting this kind of umbrella group called Connect Clinton County. And Connect Clinton County is kind of like a chamber for nonprofits, but there isn't an entry fee to be part of Connect Clinton County. If you're a nonprofit in Clinton County, you're already included. And it's going to be a way to connect nonprofits together to make sure that everybody's working together. And then also we'll have the ability for volunteer opportunities and opportunities with the public to connect to them as well. So we are launching a website, connectclintoncounty.org. Now it's very much in an early stage, but that'll be a way for people in the community to find nonprofits and causes, and then also look at events that are coming up in the community and if volunteers are needed.
This is quite an undertaking. How did it all come about?
Yeah, so, well, the nonprofit summit started. I ran into Ann Eisenman at Hy-Vee on like Christmas Eve, and we started talking, and that just kind of came out of our conversation. We brought Matt Parbs into the mix, and the three of us had started working on this summit idea. So through that, we've gathered, one of the big ideas that came out of the summit was having a connecting website that really gets people connected to each other, and that's a great way for the community to see what's going on as well. And so we brought together a room of people. I don't know what I'm doing with a website, and we brought together people to have ideas. And then we had Julie Witt help us. She's designed the website and she's working on it, and she's a great board member for the United Way, and now it's kind of growing from there. So then there's a lot more that we can do. We're still, this is been a couple months, but it's really been growing from there.
We had Gary DeLacy in last Thursday for FYI, and he was just coming from that meeting at First Congregational Church. What all took place that day? Yeah,
so this meeting on last week was, we announced all the Connect Clinton County stuff and showed off the website, and then Francis Vargas talked on fundraising and special events, and then Brian Kelly with Clinton Community College talked on grants and how to get grants, and what a great example in our community of somebody that's finding grants and bringing great opportunities into the community. And it was Brian Kelly, and so Francis and Brian both did a really good job, and now we're looking forward to our next one, which will most likely be in January.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's going to be here on the 29th for our FYI program, so we'll certainly talk to him about that. Yeah. So, when you start something like that, you would think maybe just the city of Clinton, but you brought in the entire county.
Yeah, well, now the United Way is all of Clinton County, and I think that the really good work is going on outside of the walls of Clinton. And not only do we need to be supporting that, but also we need to, I think that rising tides lift all boats. And so whatever we can do, if somebody has a cause outside of Clinton and resources in Clinton can help them out, that's gonna, and then what they're doing can help out people in Clinton, it's only gonna make things better. Sean Feltz is doing Speak Out Against Suicide, and that's a tremendous organization. And to think that if we were to limit things to Clinton and not have her voice at the table, that would be a detriment to us. So we want to make sure we're affecting all of Clinton County.
Well, I applaud the effort. Great undertaking. And again, it's connectclintoncounty.org.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So go to that website, and Julie Witt, I know she'll do a tremendous job with that website. Appreciate you coming in. Before we do let you go, again, let's talk about that event that'll be coming up in October.
Yes, Forks and Pork, October 14th. 11 to 1, and then it's $10 for a lunch, but we will deliver lunches to your place of business, or if you're a school and all the teachers want to go in and get lunch. And we will deliver to DeWitt and to Northeast. So let's get those orders in.
But it'll be at the Clysar Pavilion.
It'll be at the Clysar Pavilion.
Okay, make sure I get that straight. And if people want to contact you, again, your website and the phone number.
Yes, we're at ClintonUnitedWay.org, and our phone number is 563-242-1209.
Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, thank you, brother. It's always a pleasure.
And now, the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick.